Oh my god, it's everywhere! Ah! Hi! Today, we're going to be doing something a little bit different, for me anyway, something that I have never done, ever, and I live in Vancouver, so you'd think I'd be able to do this hands down easy. We are going to be tie-dyeing. That's right, tie-dyeing. During the whole quarantine thing, I saw many videos on how to tie-dye, what to tie-dye with, 17 different methods of tie-dyeing with your Bigfoot, tie-dyeing with your dog, tie-dyeing with your grandmother, tie-dyeing with a skunk. So for me, I thought this was interesting, so I went onto Amazon and picked up a tulip tie-dye kit. It seemed to be the easiest to follow, one step. I also was able to pick up a plain white hoodie. Now, from the videos I've seen, people dye all sorts of things, but I'm going to be doing a hoodie, and bonus, I'm going to be doing some t-shirts. And if they turn out badly, I guess I'll just wear them to the gym. But anyway, those are the two items we're going to be tie-dyeing with this one-step tulip kit. So I'm gonna try it. To do the tie-dyeing, we're gonna need, obviously, the tie-dye kit. Some things to tie-dye. You should pre-wash beforehand. You'll need elastics. You will also need, and you can pick these up anywhere, I just picked this up at my local grocery store, some sort of bin to do the tie-dyeing in. Also a grate over top, just so all the excess water and dye goes in here and not onto your counters, table, driveway, wherever you're going to be tie-dyeing. What we need to do next is go get all of our things into my kitchen, which is through that door there. Make sure everything is prepped so that we don't get dye everywhere, and we can start the whole dyeing process. But before that, what I'm going to show you is how I'm going to tie, twist, fold, or my t-shirt and sweatshirt into interesting designs with elastics. So let's start with the sweatshirt. Pinching in the middle and twisting, as you can see here, you're going to get nice ridges. This will give the classic tie-dye appearance. Next, putting elastics around in equal eighths, quarters, whatever you feel like you need to. Next, I'm going to do a diagonal fold. I did this very randomly, not really looking at how wide each fold would be. Then, placing elastics at random areas along the shirt. This was going to give me the most, I guess to use the word again, random effect for the tie-dye. Next, I did a fold from the bottom to the top at about 1.5 inches wide, adding elastics about 1.5 inches from the center outwards. Once I had everything in the elastics, this is what I ended up with. As you can see, 2 t-shirts and 1 sweatshirt, all done together. Now that we have all our shirts tied together, in a sense, it's time to go ahead and make the dye. Now, from the instructions of this, I basically just add water. Once we've added the water, it's time to shake. Until all the dye is dissolved. Once the dye has dissolved, it's time to start dyeing. Here I am, coloring in a quadrant with the red dye. I am also sticking the nozzle right down into the fabric to get as much penetration as possible. I have some reservations though, because there's a lot of dye running off, and maybe because it's a poly cotton blend sweatshirt, it doesn't seem to be absorbing as I would expect it to. I smell a problem. Okay, I don't know what's going on. The dye, it doesn't seem to be absorbing into the fabric. Am I doing this wrong? I don't understand. The instructions say using dry technique or wet technique. Should I be wetting the fabric, damp fabric? I don't understand. Let me know in the comments below if you know what's going on. I don't know what is happening, why it's not working out, and what to do about it. I think I will just, based on the instructions here, I think I'm just going to take the 2 t-shirts, get them wet, and then try to do a wet method. The sweatshirt is not turning out how I was expecting it to turn out, so I'm just going to leave it partly colored, as what you just saw, and move on to the t-shirts. I'm kind of worried it could turn out really well, it could turn out like garbage. But other than that, I want it to turn out well. Why is it not absorbing into the fabric? Why? This time, I got the t-shirt damp. Not soaking wet, just damp. And I can tell you right now, the dye is behaving much better. It's staying in the right place. It's absorbing much nicer into the fabric. It just seems to be more saturated. So far, I'm pleased. Again, with a wet t-shirt, I will have to say the dye is just absorbing much nicer and getting really down into the crevices to make sure there's full saturation of the dye product into the t-shirt. Now that we've done all the dyeing, and we have it all wrapped up in some cellophane or plastic bags just to keep it moist, we now have to let it sit. We have to let the color saturate the fabric for 6 to 8 hours according to the instructions. Personally, I am going to be leaving it overnight just to get that extra saturation. I am using a poly cotton blend sweatshirt, so I really want the cotton fibers to come up really vibrant. Polyester doesn't dye as well, so pro tip also, if you are looking to do dyeing, make sure you're using 100% cotton, 100% natural fabrics. You really want those dyes to saturate and set in those. Hi there. So it's the next day. So what does that mean? It means we're going to be rinsing out the shirts I have that have been sitting overnight to dye. And hopefully it's taken. We'll see how it goes. So we're going to rinse, then wash, then dry, and then try on. Let's see how this goes. We want to rinse our garments till the water runs clear. That's right, clear. So this means taking off the elastic bands, manipulating the garment, and making sure that the water runs clear. It may take a few minutes of manipulating, squishing, rolling around in your hands, but it will happen. I use scissors to cut off my elastic bands. If you're not confident with that, just try to untangle them. If you do use scissors, make sure you do not clip or snip into your fabric or your garment. The sweatshirt was the last piece for me to rinse out. This took a little longer as the sweatshirt is bigger and more prone to holding in liquids. Thicker material, more likely to hold in liquids. I got through it though. Once the rinsing was done, it was off to the washing machine. So there you have it. They are now in the washing machine. I am going to go to the gym, come back, everything will be good, and then put them in the dryer. And hopefully everything turns out. Let's go. I think it turned out pretty well. For my first attempt at tie-dyeing, I'm gonna have to say, not too bad. So in future, I'll be using this tulip tie-dye kit again. It was easy to follow, instructions were fairly easy, I had no real major issues. I will say I would probably only do the wet technique next time. And I'm going to do this again and again and again, at least until tie-dye stays in fashion? Goes out of fashion? Tie-dye won't go out of fashion. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe along the bottom. Or hit the bell icon so you get notified when my next videos come out. Bye now. Thanks for watching.